you grew up in West Virginia, and you have been a lover of parks, it seems like, your whole life. But I'd love to know kind of your connection to parks from when you were younger, and where the kind of places you would go, and what would you do as families around parks and open spaces?
Well, as you know, West Virginia is not a very populated state, so we have a lot of wide open spaces. We have a great state park system, and we have Harpers Ferry National Park, but we also have some national rivers, and we're hoping to get another national park in the future. I've been, as a young girl, went to Yosemite and some of the really spectacular large national parks, and experienced just the beauty and also the diversity around the country. I think that's what you see in a national park when you travel.
It's not lost on me that you're the first female senator from the Mountain State, and actually, I mentioned my great-grandfather was involved with the passage of the 19th Amendment. He was in the United States Senate at that time, and actually just before that it passed. But and he was one of the Senate sponsors of that bill. So I'm just curious, how do you personally embody the legacy of the 19th Amendment?
Well, first of all, on the 19th Amendment, all of the people whose shoulders I stand on were just remarkable. I mean, this didn't just start in 1918 or 1915. This started 50 years before, and it was a long battle. You think about it now and you think, you're kind of like, seriously, you couldn't vote? But seriously, you couldn't vote. And so I think that the remarkable achievements of that time are kind of hard for us to believe and put into context. But when we see now that the Senate has the most women that we've ever had, the House has a lot more women than they ever had. And when I first came in, the House had 58. Now they have over 100. So they doubled the numbers since I first arrived. And so I just think that, and the variety of women has changed too, in terms of there's a lot more younger women with children and have families. And I think that really helps because it fills out the body and the diversity that you want to see. So in my state, what I decided was I want another woman senator from the state of West Virginia. After I don't want to be a one and done, and I'm sure it won't be. And so I created a program called West Virginia Girls Rise Up, where I go to the elementary schools and try to inspire the next generation of women leaders. So we try to bring kind of role models into the classroom that either you'd like to be a public servant, or maybe you'd like to be a fire chief, or maybe you'd like to be, go to the moon. And so that's kind of where my inspiration from the 19th Amendment leads me to say to the next generation of girls is, this is yours, you can have it. And then we talk about all the different things that might make you be able to make good choices in your life to really lead and be happy. I talk a lot about being the first woman ever elected to the U.S. Senate from West Virginia, because it's a fact I'm really proud of my state. It's really not about me personally.
Right.
It's about, there's still some states that have never had a woman senator.
I was curious, were there any leaders or historic moments or other aspects of women's history that inspired you or your career to get into politics?
Both of my parents were very active together. And that was, my dad and mom were in politics when it really was the man, and then, but you never really saw, unless you saw it, you grew up in politics too, unless you saw the background, you never really knew what the spouse was doing. And I could see what my mother was doing, the gaps she was filling, not just at home, but I mean, even politically, the sounding board, the helping rephrase speeches. So I could see all that. So I think she really inspired me, even though she wasn't the one out front. She was the one that inspired me to get involved in issues that I care about.
Thank you so much for your time, Senator. Anything else you want to say in closing?
I didn't realize that there are a lot of international visitors to our national parks, and that is a very central part of showing off America, not just our beauty and our nature, which is great, but the historic part of our country as well. And I think that when I started to really dig into that, I was really surprised and really proud of the fact that when people come to visit this country, they put national parks on their to-do list. So I think that says a lot about this park system itself.